Hello everyone. Today we're going to discuss another lead code medium problem. Problem number 402, remove k digits. This problem was asked in some of the companies like Coordination, Goldman Sachs, and has been previously asked in, of course, FANG, right? So this question is actually not so tough, but to think in an interview, it seems like there are a lot of different approaches that you can apply and a lot of corner cases that you could miss. So I was asked this question in my own interview where I missed a corner test case and wasted quite a lot of time. So I've learned from my mistake and I'll be discussing that with you as well. So if you like today's video, don't forget to leave a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel since I've been working hard to bring you good interview problems for quite some time and I'll be doing so in the future as well. So without wasting any time, let's start discussing the question. So first of all, you can read out the question statement. It's pretty straightforward, but I'm still going to explain what the question is saying. So let's start with the explanation part. So what the question says is that you'll be given a string which has some numbers like this, like 1, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1, 9, right? And you'll be given a number k, right? And from this string, you have to remove some k digits so as to the numerical value of this string. Numerical value is minimum, right? Pretty straightforward that you have to remove k digits. So in this, you can see that when I remove for k is equal to 3, when I remove 4, when I remove this 3, and when I remove either one of these two, I get the minimum value which is 1219. You could have also tried removing some other 3 digits and you still won't be able to make a number less than this. So let's just for the sake of doing it, let's see 1432219. What if I remove this 9? What if I remove this 4 and this 3? So you'll see that this still will not be less than this number since I know that 1221 is greater than 1219, right? So this is the objective of the question. Now let's start discussing the approach of this. So what we're going to discuss is a stack based approach, right? You could also go for a direct traversal based approach as well, but for that traversal based approach there are way too many corner cases that you'll have to handle manually and it is not an overall an efficient code. Right. So moving on, let's discuss a few common observations. So here you'll see that you initially start with an n digit number and you remove k digits from it. Your final number is going to be having n minus k digits. So for any two numbers having same number of digits, what are the observations that I can say? So if I have two numbers x and y with same length or same number of digits, right? I can say the minimum number of these two values is the one whose leftmost value is minimum, right? What does this mean is that suppose x is 100 and y is 200. So what is the leftmost one? What is the leftmost two? So I can say 100 is less than 200, or for 100 and 101, what is the leftmost different value here? 0 and 1. And which is lesser? 0 is lesser than 1. So this overall like this, right? So this is the kind of a core that we're going to apply in this question. Now let's see how can we exploit this fact for this question. See, what I'm going to do is traversing from left to right. From left to right, if I find a number, let's say ith digit, if this ith digit is greater than I plus 1th digit, right, I remove my ith digit. Remove this ith digit. Say why? Suppose if I'm traversing along 132 and I have to remove exactly one digit out of these, right? So what do you think? Which one should I remove? So let's try removing all of these. So I can get three possible answers from this, which are 12, that is by removing this 3, 13, which is by removing this 2, and 32, which is by removing this 1. Now, which is the minimum of this is of course 12. But can 12 be achieved by using this formula? Let's try. So when I'm traversing from left to right in 1, 3, 2, this is my ith. Is my ith digit greater than my I plus 1th digit? No. So I keep 1 as it is. Now I come to 3. Is my ith digit greater than I plus 1th digit? Yes, you'll see that 3 is greater than 2. So I remove 3 and I achieve 12. And that is my answer. You can see that 12 is minimum. So I can say safely that this algorithm will work, which is a general observation as well, as I showed you with 100, 200, that we have to minimize the leftmost. So if any point I find out a number which is a left digit which is greater than the digit on the right, I must remove this. And important part is that this has to be done k times. What does this mean? That let's take another example. So let's take this example itself, right? And let's also discuss along with it the stack based approach. So you'll understand it in a single go and pay attention here. Let me just write down this number 1, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1, 9, and let's take this stack. Okay. So I push my first digit into the stack. I've pushed 1 into the stack. And also let's write down this. Now, what was my condition? Ith digit greater than I plus 1 digit. I'll modify this in accordance with my approach. How? That the element in stack greater than current element, right? This is what I'll be looking at. If this condition is true, I remove that element from my string. Otherwise, I simply push into the stack. Push into the stack. Right? So let's try. So now I'm at 4. Is 4 greater than 1? Yes, it is greater than 1. So this condition is violated. So I push 4 into the stack. Now I encounter 3. Is my element in stack, which is 4, is 4 greater than 3? Yes, it is. So I pop out 4. Right? And I decrement my k. So now k is not 3, k left over is 2. Right? And I push. Now I check again. Right? Is my element in stack, which is 1, greater than my current element? No. So I push 3 into the stack. Now I encounter 2. What about 2? Is 3, which is element in stack, top element in stack, greater than my current element? Yes. So I pop out 3 and I decrement my k. Now my k is 1. Right. Now again for 2, is my element in stack, which is 1, is 1 greater than 2? No. So I push 2 into the stack. Now I encountered this second 2. Is this condition satisfied? No, it's not. So I push 2 again. Right. Now I encounter 1. Is this condition satisfied? Yes, it is satisfied. So I pop out my 2. So I've popped it out. And I've pushed 1. Right. And k becomes now 0. So now my k becomes 0. So that means I am done with the process. The rest of the elements will come as it is, and these elements will be like this. So I'll pop them and I'll put them in the reverse order. So this will actually be traversed like this. It will become 1, 2, 1 and 9. So we can see, yes, this is the answer that we've got. So our algorithm is correct. Now let's talk about a few corner cases. So what can be the corner case here is that I've exhausted my limit here, but my k did not become 0. When will that be the case? when suppose I had a repetition here, suppose this was 2 and this was 2 again, right? My k would have never become 0 and I would have been kept on pushing 2, 2, 2, right? So this is one of the corner cases. Or other corner case would be that this number after a certain point was all in increasing order, right? So in that case also what we'll do, this part we'll discuss in the code, handling the how to handle these cases, because you'll understand it better in code, right? So this was the approach of it. I hope that you've understood the approach part. If you haven't understood the approach part, I suggest you to go through it once again. Nonetheless, I'll be discussing the approach through the code as well, and things will be clearer. So let's move on to the code part. So let's start discussing the code here. So if my size is equal to k, this means I have to remove all the elements and simply return 0, right? For here now this is creation of stack of characters. As I discussed that I'll be needing a stack. So I is the iterator to iterate over my string. So you'll see that that's why it is going up till the last element of the string, that is the end of the string, right? So here, see, this is the case that I'm talking about. So this checks for 3, right? I should stop when my k became 0. When my k became 0, right? I should stop if my stack is empty, that is no more elements to pop. What does this mean? That the current element is the minimum so far. So it should become the leftmost element. All right. And the final condition is this: if my current element is less than, see, my current element is less than the top element of stack, then I pop this element, right? So this is what we discussed in the approach part as well, about the final line, when we were popping and when we were pushing. Otherwise we simply push and increment our I. Now this is the corner case that generally people miss. So at the end, when my k is exhausted, so it's either for this 4 type input or this kind of an input, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in this you'll see that this condition has never become true. Why? Because of this, that my current element will never become. So what will I do in this case? So in this case, you'll see that removing my last element, suppose I remove 4, I remove 3, I remove 2. This will be the minimum, because they are in increasing order. Because they are already in increasing order. So my leftmost element is automatically minimum. So that's why I simply pop these elements out. All right. And finally, what I do is I take this string and I push these elements of the stack into the string. So this is what you can see here. While not s.empty, I take the element at top and put it behind. So what is this doing is that it is putting in reverse order. So if my stack was 1 to 1, it is going in the reverse order, that it is appending my answer to my top, and then I pop these elements on the stack, and then finally I return my answer. and this is to remove leading zeros. See, suppose I have ultimately been left with 0 0 1 2 3, right? So I have to remove these zeros. So what I do is I start from my zeroth element and up till the point where I have zeros, I remove those elements, right? So this is what I'm doing. This is to remove any leading zeros, and then finally I return my answer. So that is the entire code for it. Now let's try and submitting it, and you'll see that this code will get submitted. Let's just wait for the word. Yes, you can see here. So this does get submitted, and memory limit is also good, and the runtime isn't that bad either. So yes, this was the entire solution for it. So if you've liked the video, don't forget to leave a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. So thank you for joining in, and keep on learning, keep on coding.